All right. So, what did you think of the square? Did you like how the square looked on the barn, the quilt square on the barn?
Oh, yes. It looks nice.
Yeah. And did it take you back to when you were, how old were you when you made that quilt?
16 or 17.
So, and you are how old now?
Next week she'll be 97.
96.
Don't push it, then.
Yeah, 96 now. What
She's
is
only.
next week?
October 31st.
Yeah, 97.
Next week.
Yeah. Congratulations. That's quite an accomplishment. So 80 years ago you made that quilt. Wow.
Not just me, it was my mother did the cooking, and I had a sister that was 2 years older than me, and she told us we could do the quilt.
Ah, okay.
Although she did run it up on the sewing machine, you know, the pieces together.
So your mom pieced the quilt,
Yeah.
and then you and your sister quilted it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did you quilt?
And a sister-in-law. My brother got married about that time, and Ellen moved in with us, so it was the three of us.
Ah,
Yeah.
so all on the same quilt.
Mm-hmm.
And had you ever quilted before?
Yeah, just not on that big of scale, but we helped quilt once in a while.
So, was your mom a big quilter?
Not especially.
But it would have been her quilts that you had worked on before, something that was in your house, or?
And we ended up quilting one for Lucille, one for me, and one for my sister-in-law.
Oh, all the same pattern?
Could have been. I know mine was blue and white, and so were the other two, so I might have all been alike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is it, I heard tell that you didn't like the pattern very well.
Pardon?
I heard tell you, is that what you told me? That your mom didn't like the pattern?
I don't think she liked to do it because she had to do it.
Oh, okay. So, so you didn't have a choice. Did you have a choice to work on that quilt, or your mom just said?
It was just a thing to do.
Yeah. And did you like it? Did you like doing it?
Yeah.
That's what you told me.
Oh.
Quilting, you didn't like quilting.
But we visited, and
Yeah,
You like
Mom
the
did the cooking,
You
and
like the visiting part better than the quilting part, huh? You like the visiting part better than the quilting part, huh?
yeah.
So you could talk and take a few stitches, and talk and take a few stitches. And
Slow going, but yeah, works.
very fun. So your sister, you said, was a couple years older than you?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then your sister-in-law was around the same age?
No, she was the same age as my sister.
Okay. So you were hanging out with the older girls?
Pardon?
You were hanging out with the older girls?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to go over to your daughter here, and
Susan.
Susan. I should remember that I have a daughter named Susan. So this is your mom.
It is.
Yeah, and so what stories did you hear about this quilt?
She'd rather be out in the out in the fields than sitting in the house stitching. And that her sister was more the who liked the domestic part of farming, and she preferred to be helping her dad.
Lucille stayed in the house and learned to cook from my mom.
And you?
I did whatever they told me to do.
But you worked a lot with your dad outside?
Yeah.
So there were just the two girls in the family?
Pardon?
Just two girls in your family?
Yes.
And 2 boys.
And, okay. So, what kind of farm work did you do outside? When you worked outside, what kind of work did you do?
Whatever they give me to do. I milk cows and
Shocked wheat and oats.
oh yeah, help make hay. Things that you do on a farm.
Yeah.
Did they let you drive the horses?
Huh?
Did you drive the horses? Did they let you drive the horses?
I don't remember that.
Hmm.
I think I was born in the tractor age.
Okay.
My dad had that old 1020 steel wheels.
Was that your dad's tractor? The one we had?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I didn't know that. See, I learned something.
You remember the tractor?
Oh, yeah. I remember sitting on your lap when you was working ground.
Okay.
Daddy was planting with the horses.
Yeah.
So, did you keep the family farm? Did you stay on your family farm, or did you marry a farmer?
I married a farmer, but we had our own farm.
Her brother took over that farm and farmed it a few years, and then he sold it and bought a farm up near Worcester.
It was all in the same neighborhood, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So, Ben, you learned to farm on your mother's lap. Is that what you're saying?
I remember riding the tractor right sitting on her lap. Somebody put rubber tires on the front of the tractor so she could drive it, so she could steer it, but the back still had the steel wheels on it.
Yeah.
So, and you didn't teach Susan how to quilt.
No, this quilt remained in the cedar chest all of its life. I don't ever remember you having it out of the cedar chest.
What?
I don't remember seeing that quilt until
It was always in the cedar
it
chest.
was always in the cedar chest. I don't think you ever used it, did you?
No. I didn't want to wear it out.
Well, it's lasted a while.
It took you so much effort to make it. You didn't want to waste your work.
Nothing to happen to it. Yeah.
So, were you proud of it when you were finished?
Yeah.
But that was the end of your quilting. Did you ever quilt after that?
She pieced the top, but she never quilted it. And our sister has it, and one of her nieces had taken quilting lessons, and so she was going to have her finish it. But it's a multiple color. It looks more of a patchwork quilt than that one. I don't. But that was it.
Well, anything else you want to tell me about the quilt or growing up? And I think we have enough, but I just wanted to give you another chance to say.
They can tell you something about me, maybe.
Well, her dad was a pretty progressive farmer. She was born in 1915, but she says she doesn't ever remember not having electricity. But they had a Delco unit there, and they always had cars.
So, and thus the tractors, not the
And
horses.
the tractor, I didn't know that was their tractor until now.
That's really fun.
Yeah, I don't remember ever having to want for anything, really.
Yeah. So, and the home place was up around Worcester?
No, Crooked Run,
Crooked Run.
New Philly.
Okay.
She went to school at the Crooked Run Schoolhouse, and that's on the corner of where Crooked Run and the Ragersville Road to Ragersville turn off, right there at the Y. And then her sister was 2 years older than her, but she got double promoted So they both graduated in the 8th grade at the same time. So when they went to New Philadelphia to high school, they were in the same class all through high school.
Was that tough on your older sister?
Pardon?
Was that tough on your older sister?
I don't think
She
so.
didn't care.
Yeah.
So they both graduated in 1932.
Because Ruby,
Yeah.
They were my cousins, lived on the next farm, and they had a daughter that was the same age as me, and they also had a daughter the same age as Lucille. And so we four kind of went through school together after the 4th or 5th grade. But someplace along the line, her sister got tired of school or something. Annabelle quit going.
Oh.
And then it was just us three that went on together, yeah.
Yeah. That doesn't happen anymore.
You mean,
Kids drop out of school.
Double promoted.
Yeah. Double promoting.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
Julie
Oh,
with your
yeah.
sister,
I
yeah,
know that.
Yeah.
yeah, 2 years younger.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much.
this is a little one-room school, and I was the only one in the 5th grade, and there was 2 boys a year ahead of me, and a couple of girls behind me, and the school teacher thought it was foolish to have all these grades, so he put us all together. And Carl Mingus and Ruby Rosenberry, and so we all graduated together then.
Yeah, you just rose to the occasion, huh? Just learned fast?
Pardon?
Did you feel like you had to learn fast?
No. Lucia was 2 years ahead of me, so, you know, she did her lessons, kind of prepared me for what.
That you had to learn.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
Now that's all going to be on what?
When are you going to do that?
Bennett.